Hello everyone and welcome back to the Nerd Cave. Most of you might not know this, but I'm a calculus teacher here in China. But along with teaching calculus, I also teach an engineering design course. Well, if you know me or you are new to this channel, I made a few videos on a Raspberry Pi Pico, so it is a no-brainer what I want to teach my students. The issue I found learning electronics or microcontrollers is that it is a slow process. For example, constructing a circuit without knowing all the symbols or reading a schematic diagram.
What the hell is even that?
When you eventually finish constructing the circuit, we can then learn how to code a microcontroller, and once you have done that, you will have to go remove all the components if you want to build a new circuit. I started looking for alternative ways on how to teach microcontrollers. There are a lot of these learning PCB boards with all the components soldered, but the cost of these is a lot. But Nerd Cave is sponsored by JLCPCB, and seeing how a 10 by 10 centimeter board costs as low as $2 for 5 boards, let's just make our own learning board. Since we have limited space to work with to keep the cost down on the PCB, I have the following idea. My idea is to make a shield, like what we have with the Arduino, where we will have the Pico and we can just plug in different learning boards or shields that will allow us to plug in sensor modules or solder different components onto. Now, to make a PCB, we can use EasyEDA, an awesome tool that is free to use online or even offline to create PCBs, which I have used for all my projects. We have EasyEDA open on a desktop. Now all that is left to do is to go design our first learning board. I made two versions of the board. The first version has 6 10mm LEDs. The idea for this was to make a traffic light project. It includes pins where you can connect an OLED display, passive buzzer and 3 push buttons and ultrasonic sensor. So I decided on a second version to use all the GPIO pins on a Pico, so I changed it to 16 5mm LEDs, 3 push buttons, passive buzzer and a place to connect an OLED screen, ultrasonic sensor or time clock module. This should allow me to make a few lessons. For the main board there is nothing special about it. All this space is wasted, which could have been used for motor drivers or something. If you have any better ideas, let me know down below in the comment section. All that is left to do now is order the PCBs from JLCPCB and wait a few days to go collect them. This is the first version of the board with all the components soldered on. The great thing about this is that I can easily connect this board to our Pico main board, and once I designed other board, I can just swap this top board. On the PCB I have labeled all the GPIO pins to which the components are connected to. So this means we can just focus more on teaching what each component does and how to code it. Once students have a basic understanding of coding and electronics, then a step further to this will then to create this on a breadboard. I have a website nerdcave.xyz where I plan to upload lessons that can be used if you got this board for yourself or teaching a class. At this moment the resources has not been made yet, so if you want to help with this project, you can reach out to me on the Discord channel. Here is the second version and let's have a quick look at how it works. You'll first go flash the Raspberry Pi Pico with MicroPython. You can find the video I have made here on my YouTube channel. Now let's say for the first example, we want to light up each LED on our board. We will then open Phony or any IDE you prefer, and then we can go write the code. We will first import pin from the machine library that will give us access to the GPIO pins. We can then initialize the pins as output and then create a loop where we turn all the LEDs on one by one with a 0.2 second delay. Running the code, we get the following result. We can now extend on this and go add button control so that each button gives a different pattern, for example. I hope you found this project useful. I am going to keep working on this project, so there will be progress and updates very slowly. So if that is something you are interested in, make sure to subscribe to the channel or to go visit the website, let's say every few weeks. I am working on other projects as well, so I am going to start uploading more regular. I'm also going to move away a little bit from the Raspberry Pi Pico and also introduce the Arduino Nano and the new Raspberry Pi 5. My goal with Nerd Cave from the beginning was to create this community and website where anyone can learn anything. So I know at this moment I've just been focusing on a Raspberry Pi Pico, but I hope in the future when I have more time to expand this to other fields, I mean including Arduino, mathematics, physics, engineering design and so on. So please consider joining the Discord and we can talk there. Thank you for watching and I will see you in the next video.